Okay, well, we've got 6 points on the board in the Champions League. 4 more. Then we're into the knockout rounds. Job done. Bing, bang, bosh. Hello? Saudi Arabia, what do you want? Baltinson is not for sale. No, you can't have him. Not for sale. What is that sound in the background, mate? I can barely hear you. You're counting your money. Well, that's just unprofessional, mate.
Synker sammen til segersråben Malfram Grindavik Og jeg vet Hvis magnen gjør I dag
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Grindavik on the Impossible Dream. Season 13, episode 8 today, and we have 2 huge games in the Champions League. Away to Lille, then at home to Manchester City. We have 6 points from 2 games. We need 4 points. 10 points has always been enough, unless you're really unlucky, which will probably be us, won't it, to get you into the knockout rounds of the Champions League. If we can take 2 points today, I'd be delighted. If we can take a point in Lille, I think that is okay, that it will be okay. But I mean, the big news is that Al Ittihad just looking apparently for a Benzema replacement. Benzema's been around what 2035. He's gone for a few years at this point, isn't he? But they just keep coming back and back and back with bids. To be honest, they're not really capping out any higher than this. They're just sort of rejigging the way that they get to just under 20 million. But yeah, they seem like they're very determined to sign him, and I can tell you we are very determined not to sell him. So it won't be happening, but yeah, they are becoming a little bit annoying with their bids, I've got to say. But anyway, let's go and have a quick reminder of how the Champions League looks. And here it is here. We are currently sitting third, although Barcelona have played a game more than us. But if we go down, as I say, it's Manchester City, the second game. That's going to be very, very tough. But yeah, we'll do what we can at home. We almost beat them at home once before, didn't we? But if we do scroll all the way down, we see Lille there in 26th. 1 point from their 2 games. Now, those 2 games were home to Hertha, which they lost. And they got a point in Benfica. So it looks on paper here a game that is there for us, that could be there for us. So let's go and have a look at what we're doing here. There's not too much else to catch you up on. We did have an international break between the 2 games. We can see a 4-3-3 is what we're expecting there with inverted wingers. So that's going to, again, change the way that I'm looking to defend here. So we will be trying to trap those inverted wingers outside. Yeah, the one thing that did happen in the international break, we have another gag that has been capped. Jofferson has now been capped. Now, I don't necessarily think he's good enough to be an international footballer, but we'll take it. Yeah, if we could sell him for £1 million, I'd be quite delighted, to be honest. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. In the January window when it opens, we are, of course, October 23rd right now, so a little bit of time before that. But this is the team we're sending out. Puyol in goal. It's Giacchini, Newison, Degen, and Volpez. Pavas comes in. Jonsson not back for this one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be back for the Manchester City game. Raul and Carlson will be the other 2 in there. Now, there is some heavy legs in there as well. I wonder, given that we don't probably want 2 sets of heavy legs in midfield, do we? And I wonder as well if maybe Kosh, we go with Milosevic because of that. Baltinson, I think, starts ahead of Kruzliak, doesn't he? I think. So anyway, yeah, it's going to be Raul and Bakali then the midfield. Milosevic, Sima, and Baltinson will be the front 3. The bench is a strong one. And yeah, let's see if we can take at least a point here. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Adrian Mutu is their manager, and Luke Hume is a name that sounds familiar. I think there was a Canadian striker, wasn't there? I think Hume, that I'm thinking of. Oh, and this is the guy that Chelsea signed, isn't it? I think. So he's going to be getting on a little bit at this point as well. Alright, so what do we do to this? Now, we have played them semi-recently, and we lost to them. Now, if I remember correctly, that was last season, and they were quite good at the time. Now, do we want to say we can go top with a win here? Let's give ourselves the best chance of doing that. Or do we say with nothing to lose? Or do we just go with what Litzen says and there's no pressure on you? Let's give our fans a performance. Let's go with that. Let's pump our fists. Let's get out there. And yeah, let's hope we get a good result. And here we go. So they are playing as expected, which is always a nice little bonus. Now, we have promised Bakali first team football as well. Hopefully, I got asked in the pre-game press conference if he's, if his selection was down to the fact that that's happened. So hopefully, I said that he'll play if he deserves to play, kind of thing. So hopefully, we'll get a big game from our Australian Hobbit. Let's see if we can pick him coming out here. He's always the shortest man on the field, isn't he? But yeah, As I say, I think we played Lille last season, or was it 2 seasons ago, and I thought it was a game we could win. There's Bakali there. And they absolutely played us off the park, didn't they? So we don't want a repeat of that. We are a better team than we were then. As Milosevic, let's see what we can do. Can we stop the ball coming in? It's off the crossbar, and maybe a little bit of luck going our way there early on. We've got some possession here. Milosevic down the line for Bautinson. Bakali is with him. Look at Seema at the back post. Seema at the back post. We've got players streaming forward now. Raul to Volpez to Milosevic. Milosevic. Oh, he has a go and it's blocked, is it? It is blocked. And we'll get a corner. But nothing more to come from that. Now, one thing I did wonder is if we should lower the tempo down. We saw when we did that against Sevilla, we got a little bit more control of the game. So that's something maybe to consider as Pavas gives the ball away. Newison tries to win it back. Can't quite. And let's see what we can do. There's a ball into the box. And Volpez is done in behind. And it is 1-0. And I think we are going to lower that tempo down. They're a gegenpressing side. So we're trying to sort of work the width of the pitch to make them chase us around. I am increasingly becoming a little bit worried about Volpez's marking. He's onside, and it's a good finish, isn't it? Outside of the foot. There's not too much we can do about it. But that is not particularly what we wanted. We'll give them some encouragement. And as long as it's only 1 goal... Oh, that's a red card, isn't it? That looked very, very hacky from behind. But anyway, we play on. It is a little bit of a blow having Pavas to play in there instead of Jonsson, just because his passing ability is not the greatest. I wonder if actually we should... Oh, there's a cracking ball for Bautinson. He's taken it. Oh, that is a stunning goal from Neil Bautinson. The first touch to take it in his stride and get it back in front of him under control. And then, well, the rest of it was just what we expect from Bautinson. But look at this. The pass, it just didn't quite roll for him, did it? It was a good ball. Picked out his run. Picks it up from behind him. Oh, there's a little bit of luck in there. Alright, so not quite the goal I thought it was, but still, we'll take it. 1-1. And Bautinson showing signs that he's back in form in Europe now. Here we go. Raul, edge of the area. Bakali maybe guilty of what? That's got to be offside, doesn't it? Ref, if they score from this, I will be annoyed, because surely a ball forward like that, we're scrambling now to get back into a defensive shape. You've got to give that as offside. It looks as though we are going to defend it properly. Milosevic, now can he get down the outside of his man? Not quite. Volpez makes a decent run forward. We go out the other side now. This is what I like to do if they're gegenpressing us. Just move them around, make them chase us from side to side. They should get tired later on in the game. Raul, good ball for Milosevic. Milosevic! Oh, did he take a touch too many, I wonder? It's still there for us. Milosevic again! And Milosevic scores! And we are 2-1 up, having been 1-0 down, and that was very, very nicely worked, that goal. Length of the field, just side to side, moving them around. A little bit of bad luck there, perhaps, but Volpez, really good header back into Milosevic, and it's a very good finish on the turn, isn't it? And that is 2-1. And we do come straight back for a kick-off highlight. Let's hope we're not going to give that goal straight back to them. If we could get, I mean, let's not get ahead of ourselves, but if we could get 3 points here, 9 points from 3 games. I mean, we're essentially through at that point, aren't we? Yeah, we would need, as I say, 10 points almost guarantees it. I guess there's no such thing as complete guarantee, but, you know, when you're talking so many teams, it's unlikely. Oh, it's okay. Let's give them some praise. They deserve a little bit of praise for going in front. Milosevic over a free kick. Now he's not the worst from a set piece, and he's actually being denied by a save there. So it's a cracking save by the goalkeeper. Unlucky for Milosevic. And ball in, headed behind. It's going to be another corner, is it? Could we get a third? Look at Dagan at the back post, lurking. Milosevic goes near post to Newison, and it's not quite on target. I'm not sure if it was high or just past the inside of the post there. As all right, well, that knocks a sail out of our wings, doesn't it? Wind out of our sails, even. All right, so Kosh is nervous. He can come on. I wonder if we... Bakali is nervous. I wonder if we take Bakali off. Do something like that. I do think we probably need a target up front to try and play out to. So I think we've probably got to do that. The winger's going to have a marking assignment, but plus it helps us still stretch the width of the field. And we probably need to be more disciplined now, don't we? So let's see if we can play a sensible game and get away with this, or if indeed it is, can Sima get to that first? Oh, he's tried, hasn't he? He really has. Raul puts in a good tackle to hold them up a little bit more. It's going to be very tough against 10 men, and that looked offside. It has been given, I think. It might have even been over the top. Let's give him some focus. So we get to half-time. We were absolutely dominating the game. Milosevic has got himself sent off, and now... Well, now it's a little bit more difficult, isn't it? We're a man down, but we can still get a result here. Let's go with that. Let's fist pump. We've got faith in you all. And yeah, we've just got to be sensible. Try and keep possession. I wonder if we try and waste time as well. Something to think about, isn't it? We've got a free kick to defend here. It is. Is it post? No. Pruol made a save. Let's wait till after the corner before we decide what our shout is going to be. Giacchini gets it away. Degan, I'd rather him be in the back line. Kosha's done well, though. Read it like a book. And it's a bit early to go corner flag. We just need to keep possession, and we have. All right, let's praise them. We deserve to be praised. We are still winning the game. Do we have enough about us to see it out from here, though? That is going to be the big question, isn't it? Let's keep praising us. Let's try and keep spirits up. If we could get a highlightless second half, I would be absolutely delighted with that. They have moved to a winger out there on that their left-hand side. Let's keep praising. We've got a corner. We couldn't dream of getting another one, could we? It's a perfect opportunity. It is headed away, though. And now we are perhaps opened a little bit on the counter-attack here. As, oh, can we get back in time? Oh, they've missed it. They've missed it. It's a goal kick. And, oh, this is dangerous, isn't it? This is very, very dangerous. We've got a lot of bookings out there as well. We might need to make some changes. It's off Volpez behind for a corner, which is not the time to make a sub, of course. But we will take off Pavas and bring on... We're scrambling here, though, and Pruol claims it. Yeah, Arneson's a little bit better in terms of keeping possession, so we will do that. Newson's not having a great game. We've got Plemenos who can come on and play there. And we are ticking this down nicely so far. We are going into stoppage time. Can we see this out? I think, I hate changing things when it's going well, but we do need to be a little bit more sensible now. And we just need to see this out. How many times, though, have we tried to do this? And seen it all go away from us in stoppage time. We have been pegged back time and time again, haven't we? But, yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Come on. There is, look at that. There's a minute to go. Can we do it? 10 men of the second half. That is a magnificent performance away from home in the Champions League. A little bit of luck in the second half. They missed one or two really good chances. But our first half performance, I think, was enough to say that we deserve that. We do deserve that. Really, really pleased. That is 9 points in the Champions League from 3 games. So we go top of the Champions League from a goal down to a goal up. A man down then as well. And we still manage to get the result. That is huge. Is that a sign that we've taken a big step forward here as a club now? You get the feeling previous years we would have, well, certainly not won the game, possibly even lost it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great, was it? It wasn't a great tackle from Milosevic, but more money, more coefficient points. Milosevic will miss City. Kosh probably would have played anyway, so that's not the end of the world. But guys, wait right there. We will go back. We will come back, I should say. We will face Manchester City, and, well, we could... If we get 12 points, as I said at the end of the last episode, we're not looking to get out of the league phase then. We're looking to, well, top it, if not get into this top 8. So, huge, huge, huge stuff. Okay, welcome back. Now, the kids are doing well. They've taken a 0-0 draw against Man City. I would sign up for that right now. That would be 10 points from 4 games and absolutely flying. So they're currently sitting 12th in their Youth Champions League. 7 points from their 4 games. 3 points off top, but only a point off of actually qualifying. So far, so good as they reach the halfway point of their Champions League campaign as we are attempting to, be top as we enter ours. We are expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation out of Manchester City here, and this is the team that we are sending out. It is Puol in goal, Giacchini, Newison, Degen, and Volpez. Jonsson not quite come back ready to go, so we're going to play Pavas as an anchor man. I don't want him trying to pass the ball against City. I just want him sitting in there providing protection. Raul will go as a deep-lying playmaker. Coulson will play as the advanced playmaker. Kosh, Seema, and Boutenson will be the front three. We need a good day from them. The bench is more or less as expected. You'll notice here that Skojan is unhappy. He wants to play more. I'm happy to play more. He's just not quite there in Europe for us yet. So we'll deal with that as it comes along. If we have to sell him, we have to sell him. But yeah, it's Medina on the bench as a potential right winger, but as a backup because obviously Milosevic is suspended for this one. A little bit torn exactly how we go about this. They're playing with inside forwards, but they do score a lot of goals from crosses. So maybe we do try and trap them outside and just hope that the defense can deal with any balls that come in. Alright, so we can see the team sheets here. Rico Lewis is a real player, isn't he? He's in my fantasy team right now, but suddenly not playing, which is annoying. Haaland is still there. He is captain. And there's a few other names there I might recognise, but it's always a bit difficult at this point of the 13 seasons in because, some players are regens that look like real names. Alright, we've been going to let you go out there and impress me. I can probably just about get on board with that. It's one of these. The pressure has been lifted off us taking that 3 points against Lille. So, there's no real pressure on us here to get a result. Obviously, we want to, and if we can get a point, that's 10 points. That historically is enough to get you through the group. So, yeah, that'd be a nice bonus, wouldn't it? Then we've got the game away to Genk, which is next episode. They're the pot 4 side. You'd like to think we could get 3 points there. I mean, even if we lose this, that's going to be 12 points. And what do you think? 15 would be enough to get you 14, 15 to get you into the top 8, which is a bypass into the round of 16. And that, of course, would be the furthest we've ever gone, thanks to Stenijevic's, I don't want to call them heroics, but they were certainly memorable antics. Antics is probably the word, isn't it, of last season. But here we go. What can we do against Manchester City? If we can be solid defensively, then that's going to be half the battle, isn't it? It's already looking a little bit nervous there, but we'll keep encouraging. No highlights isn't a terrible thing. We're up their end of the field here. We probably will look to bring Jonsson on in the second half. Volpez did well on that occasion. Newison to Degen. Raul. This is nice. This is nice. Can we get a ball forward? Oh, they've just collapsed in on us and Kosh has given over possession. They go back. Can we win it back now? That is the big question, isn't it? They are clearly a very, very good team. They may have even won it last year. I meant to check who are the defending champions. And is it offside? I don't think it is, if I'm honest. I don't think it is. Let's keep our fingers crossed, though, that maybe we get saved by VAR. We do. So Grindavik is back in Europe for another year. And, oh, he did go early. He did go early. So there we go. Excellent work. We'll take that. We'll say that's a very well-worked offside trap, won't we? Oh, come on. We actually are doing okay in terms of possession here. Look at that, 58% against Manchester City. So we are very pleased with that. Let's keep encouraging. We get to half-time scoreless. Maybe a little bit lucky with the narrow offside. But are we happy with that? I never quite know what to say in this situation. Let's say we're happy with it. I mean, what we of course need to do is be better in the second half. The match ratings aren't fantastic, but the result is as things stand absolutely fine. City are dominating. You would somewhat expect that in terms of shots anyway. I do wonder if Giacchini's read that like a book. Wonderful stuff. Ball forward, and yeah, there's not much happening for us in attack, is there? So I wonder if we go back off of attacking to positive. And then I wonder if as Volpez... Oh, Volpez. Is it as bad as Stanijevic? I mean, in its own way it is, isn't it? But he's misplaced the head up. And that is Man City in front. So let's try a demand more. And what we don't need to do now is go and fall in a heap here. And that's 2. I don't know how you can be offside from a corner unless there's someone in front of the goalkeeper from the header. No, you can't be offside from a corner because you're behind the ball. I don't quite know what that could have been. Alright, so yeah, let's try going a little bit more aggressive in terms of attacking, getting forward and whatnot. Emerson's not having a good game, so we'll get Plemenos on for him. Yeah, I don't think saying we were pleased was the way to go at half-time, because it's maybe a little bit of complacency that's crept into our game as a result of that. That is off the crossbar. And we will go on. Okay, so we will take Pavas off now. We will get Jonsson on for him. Give him a little bit of time for match sharpness. Giacchini needs to be a little bit stronger there, doesn't he? Just got muscled off the ball. And that is bouncing around. It goes for a corner. And we can now change these different positions back to how we would more normally play. And Dagan just cleared it into the Manchester City player. Yeah, second half we've not come out, have we? We've been opened up far too easily. Let's take Seema off. And we'll get Ertel on to play on the wing there. Which is a more out-and-out winger. And I shouldn't have done that during a highlight, so I don't get to see it again now. Let's just try encouraging them. But, yeah, the damage was done, wasn't it, by that Volpez error. They scored a second goal quite quickly, which is never a good thing. And that was that. So, yeah, just second half, we did not show up, did we? That's really, really disappointing. So it's far from a disaster. You know, we're still sitting up there in 7th, only a point off the top. I mean, it is one of our home games. Ideally, we would have taken something from it. But if we look, you know, the goal is to get through into the knockout rounds, and we've got a 5-point buffer there to that. And like I say, we've got the game against Genk to come, and they are somewhat struggling. 1 win for them at home to Pilsen. So, or Pleasant, or however you say that. So, you know, they're not a particularly strong side themselves. So we should be okay getting through. But, yeah, I mean, they say we can be proud. It's always easy to say that after the fact, isn't it, Gallardo? He said we were rubbish before the game. but that'll do it for today. Yeah, like I say, we won the game we needed to win. I said beforehand, if we had a point out of this episode, I'd be happy. And we've got 3. So that's brilliant. So we'll be back next time. We will have 2 away games, Milan away, and then the big one against Genk. If we get a point in that, we are essentially through. If we get 3 points, then maybe there's a chance that we could push to get into that top 8. But I think realistically, if we can get the top half of the next 16, so we have an easier home tie when we get to that first knockout round, that I think it would be progress for us this season. But guys, if you've enjoyed that, thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you for Milan and Genk. Take care.